Okay, third graders, after you have drawn your spiral design and traced it with a Sharpie, you are gonna come to a light table to trace it. To turn the light table on, you're gonna hit this white switch, hold it down for a couple seconds and let go. You are going to want your original on the bottom, face up. You're gonna take a new sheet of paper and set it right on top, and your design is going to shine through. I want you to trace over your design with a pencil. And you're going to do that same thing 2 times. So you get a new sheet of paper, set it on top of your face up original. Make sure it's straight. And trace your design. So now you should have 2 exact copies of your original. Next, you're going to take your original design and flip it all the way upside down so that the Sharpie part is actually touching the light table. Then you're gonna do the same thing you just did. You're gonna take a clean sheet of paper, set it on top, and trace your design. This is the reflection. And just like before, you're gonna do the same thing again with your design, your original design upside down, touching the light table. Put a clean sheet of paper on it and trace it a second time. When everyone that needs the light table is done, please turn it off by hitting the same button. At this point, you should have your original Sharpie design, 2 backwards designs, and 2 forwards designs. So you have 5 pieces of paper total, but 2 are backwards of the original. Okay, so next you're gonna pair up your 2 forward designs and your 2 backwards designs. I want you to select 1 pair of opposite colors, we call those complementary, of chalk pastels. So I am choosing red and green. And I'm gonna take away my backwards ones just to get them out of my way. And I want you to color your 2 forward designs so they are identical, meaning the same. So I am going to use one of my colors to trace my pencil lines. And if I can't get my chalk to work, sometimes I just have to change the side that I'm using. So one color is tracing my pencil line, and the other one is going to be filling in all the white space. So on this one, both are going to be red lines with green background. So I fast forwarded a little bit so that you didn't have to watch me color. Now the awesome thing about chalk is that even if you miss a few white spaces like I did here, you can take your finger, even though mine is dirty, I would try to find a clean finger, and you can smooth the chalk into its white spots. Be very careful when you're doing this, because if you remember about opposite colors, green, red, blue, orange, purple, and yellow, that when you mix them together, they turn brown. So you don't want to mix the green and smear the whole thing. You just want to work with the one color at a time, and then you can wash your hand or use a paper towel and clean or blend the other color. You might not need to blend the other color. I don't think I'm going to, but I'm going to try to fill in all of my white spots by blending the chalk with my finger. So if you can see the difference between this one that has not been blended and this one that has been blended. When your hands are dirty like this, I do want you to wash your hands, and please do not touch your neighbors because we don't want to ruin their clothes. Okay, so for my backwards piece, I used my opposite colors the other way. So my first one, I did my red line and my green background, but for my backwards ones, I did a green line and the red background. So I'm gonna take the green ones away because I wanna use my workspace. And because my hands are so dirty, I don't really want to waste time washing them, and I don't want my artwork to turn brown. So I'm gonna take a paper towel and I'm gonna wrap my finger in it, just like this, and use this to blend my chalk pastel. So I'm gonna just take the paper towel and blend, blend, blend until all of my white spots, or most of them, are filled in, and I'll have a nice, clean piece of art. I'm gonna do it to both of them. This is a nice way to keep your fingers clean. So if you don't wanna blend with your finger at all, you can do this for both of them. And what you would do is you would just open your paper towel back up, find a clean spot, wrap your finger there, and then you can keep going with your blending. And remember, please don't smear across the whole thing because your artwork will turn brown and look muddy, and we want the contrast of the opposite colors to be nice and bright. Once you get most of your spaces filled in, you can take your paper towel and throw it away. Now that I have all 4 pieces done and colored, I am going to organize them. I'm going to try to make sure that whatever is in the center corner is going to be the same. And I'm going to go opposite colors. So I'm going to go green, then red, and see that my hearts are both in the bottom corner there. But I don't want to go red here. I'm going to want to have my red here, almost like a checkerboard pattern, and my green is here. You will know that it's a reflection because when you fold this one on top of it, you know that they match the exact same design, just like in a mirror. So once I have them arranged the way I want them, I'm gonna have a clean black piece of paper. We're gonna call this matting, okay, just putting a frame on it. And I'm gonna take my bottom corner, flip it upside down on the table so you don't get the chalk on your nice clean paper. And I want you to take a glue stick, okay, and you're going to make a square around the back of the little piece. And we said this was the bottom corner, so I'm gonna put it on my black paper with a little bit of border. I'm not gonna put it right to the edge. I want a little bit of edge on there. And I'm gonna hold the corners down and let the glue dry. I'm gonna take my next bottom piece, flip it over, do my square, then my X. I'm sorry you couldn't see that. And I'm gonna flip it and make sure that those hearts or whatever you've got in the corner are going the same direction. Okay, so I've got a little bit of border on both sides here. I even have a gap in the middle, and that is okay. I'm gonna take my top corner, do the same thing with my square of glue, then my X, make sure my corners match, and I have a border. Press it so the corners don't curl up. Then I can take my very last piece, flip it over upside down on the table because you don't want that chalk dust to get all over your nice pretty frame. Square. Then the next, you want to do this quickly because glue stick dries very fast. And see, again, it's got that border around the top and the edge. And your final piece should kind of look like a little 4-piece window panel. Once you've done this, you can upload it to Artsonia. If you do not finish today, that's okay. We can pick it up when Miss Adams comes back to school.